Here's your First Warn weather forecast first. Sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, our temperatures made it to 40 degrees despite some of the cloud cover we had out there, and we're still thick in the clouds as we'll continue with a mostly cloudy sky going through the night tonight. Temperatures drop down to 38 in Rockford, 37 in Freeport, Janesville, Rochelle, 38 also in Sterling. A little bit of a breeze kind of kicking in, bringing that wind chill factor down into the low 30s, but still somewhat tolerable. I think we'll hold on to the cloud cover here. May still see a spotty shower or two at least through this evening. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies and some areas of fog possible as we go through the night tonight. Temperatures dropping to the mid-30s here once we hit the 6 o'clock hour. Some clearing overnight. Temperatures down into the low 30s for the start of tomorrow. We'll look at its 40-degree stretch and some upper 40s too. And the best part about it, a little sunshine coming in here later in the week. All of that in the First Warn forecast a little later.
Rockford police honor one of their fallen officers. The procession is underway for K-9 Nix.
Plus, video of an attempted kidnapping in Arizona goes viral. One local officer shares advice on the best ways to keep your young ones safe as they head to school.
And a local business owner donates to a Rockford nonprofit. Organizers say the gift will go a long way to feeding those in need.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
We've been talking about the recent passing of Rockford Police Department's K-9 Nix. Nix was involved in an officer-involved shooting and passed away.
A procession just finished up for the fallen K-9. Jess Lipson joins us now at the final stop. Jess, a lot of people showed their support along the route.
Eric, Mimi, there was a nice showing of people out to honor K-9 Nix. I'm right outside the Grace Funeral Home on North Main, where the procession just wrapped up. The route started on Riverside and I-90. After traveling for about a half hour, they made their way over here. The route goes through a chunk of Rockford, including the Dogwood Pet Hospital. There were a few fire departments helping lead the way. Many Rockfordians lined up, trying to get a sneak peek of the car carrying Nix. Some are here because they want to be, and others said they felt like they had to be here. K-9 Nix end of watch was January 28th. Today, the procession was held, and Rockford police say next they'll set a date and time for memorial services. For now, residents were able to get a chance to give their condolences and pay respects to the dog that risked their life for the city. For now, reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Jess Lipson. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Jess. Dixon police investigate after they find a Rochelle woman dead. On Sunday, officers were called to the area of South Galena Avenue and Kuehl Road to assist with a medical call. There, police found Stevie Dadilet laying on the ground. She was pronounced dead. Detectives say there's nothing suspicious about her death. An investigation is ongoing and an autopsy has been scheduled. An attempted kidnapping in Arizona goes viral after the scary incidents caught on camera.
It's drawn attention to the dangers from something as routine as walking to school. Drea Baroni talked with local police about what families can do to keep kids safe. Drea, what did you learn?
Yeah, Eric, Mimi, that scary situation in Arizona was all recorded thanks to a doorbell camera across the street. You can see a man pull up alongside the sidewalk, park his car, then get out and lunge at an 11-year-old girl. The girl screams and runs towards her school. Luckily, she was able to get away safely. Now, police in the state line are reminding children and parents of precautions to take if ever faced with a similar situation.
You know, if you ever find yourself in this situation in a public place, just drawing as much attention as you can, whether that's, if you can't get away, then screaming, yelling, kicking, you know, whatever you can do to let someone know that there's a problem and draw attention to yourself.
Police are urging parents to speak with their kids about how to react. Here's some of those steps police say could help prevent something like this from happening, coming up a little later at 6. Mimi.
All right, thanks, Drea. The State Board of Elections votes unanimously to allow former President Donald Trump to run in the Illinois March 19th primary. Several Illinois voters filed objections claiming Trump's role in the January 6th insurrection violated the 14th Amendment. Trump's attorney claimed the former president did not engage in insurrection. The board's hearing officer, a retired conservative judge, disagreed, but he recommended the board let the courts decide whether Trump is eligible to run for office. Members of the bipartisan board agreed.
I want it to be clear, this Republican believes that there was an insurrection on January 6th. There's no doubt in my mind that he manipulated, instigated, aided and abetted an insurrection on January 6th. However, having said that, it is not my place to rule on that today.
The Supreme Court could rule on the ballot question for all 50 states. They plan to hear oral arguments on the issue early next month.
The U.S. Supreme Court says it will hear arguments March 26th on access to the abortion pill mifepristone. It will be the court's biggest abortion case since justices overturned Roe v. Wade in 2022. The case focuses on government policies allowing the pills to be prescribed online, mailed to patients, and dispensed at pharmacies. Last year, a lower court ruled to roll those rules back. That court ruling is on hold until the Supreme Court issues its decision, most likely in June. If it upholds the original ruling, that would affect millions of people, including those in states with protected abortion rights.
A national package handler announces layoffs. UPS is set to cut 12,000 jobs this year. The move comes 5 months after the company reached a deal with its Teamsters union. UPS attributes the cuts to lower volume and a more than $9 billion drop in revenue year over year. The company says the cuts will affect less than 3% of its workforce. Job eliminations are anticipated to be among management roles and contractors.
A Rockford business owner takes a big step toward feeding the hungry. Rick Davis donated 200 pizzas to Rockford Rescue Mission this morning. Davis owns several businesses in the community like State Line Real Estate and Rockford Auto Glass. He said he wanted to give back to an organization that does so much for the community. Davis also challenged fellow business owners to follow his lead. Rescue Mission administrators say the pizzas are popular and will go quickly.
We plan for about 200 meals at every mealtime. So we're serving over 400 meals a day easily. And so this comes in really handy to be able to make sure that everyone gets that hot meal.
The mission accepts both food and money donations. If you're looking to donate food, it has to either be prepackaged from a store or prepared in a certified kitchen.
Illinois residents can begin filing their taxes.
Up next, parents could soon see a boost in savings through one tax credit.
And coming up at 6, a local library is using late fees to help those in need. The food donations that can save some book lovers money.
Even with some of the cloud cover out there this afternoon, our temperatures are still able to make it to 40 degrees. We've got several more 40-degree days ahead. Find out when we'll see a return of that sunshine, though. That is coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Millions of dollars in state grants are being awarded to local parks. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources announced nearly $55 million in awards are headed to more than 100 parks. The money is set to help communities acquire land and develop recreational opportunities. Rockford's Park District is set to receive $600,000 that will go toward investing in Alpine Park to redevelop its playground and add new amenities.
I try to think of it as a user would, right? So how would I bring my kids to the location, or how would I use the park? And I'm just really excited for this improvement to be in our community. I think we've got the opportunity to both acknowledge the past use of the playground and to really bring it up to current standards with in this universal design and inclusive play space.
Oregon's Park District also received $600,000 in grants. Plans are underway to redevelop Oregon Park East. The improvements include a new playground, half basketball court, a mile trail, and more. Construction should begin in 2025.
The National Science Foundation has selected a Chicago area water project for a $160 million grant. The money's going towards the Great Lakes Water Innovation Engine, which removes chemicals and minerals from wastewater.
By giving manufacturers access to some of these extracted valuable minerals, this initiative will help enable domestic production of batteries and fertilizers, almost all of which are currently imported. So this engine isn't just addressing water quality and security issues, as important as those are, it's strengthening our supply chain.
The Renew initiative includes 50 partners from across 6 states within the Great Lakes region.
The 2024 tax season is here, and the child tax credit could be seeing an increase, and that would mean a boost for Illinois families. Parents can receive a credit per child up through the age of 16. To claim the child tax credit, you must be able to provide the Social Security information of that child. Parents must also answer a few questions to ensure they're eligible to receive the credit. Guardians of children who are not biologically theirs may receive the credit if they are eligible. In 2021, the credit went from $2,000 to $3,000 per child. This year, parents and guardians could see a couple $100 more.
There's things out in social media that mention waiting. You don't necessarily have to wait. You can still file now, especially folks that are in need. After holidays, it's an important time for a lot of folks to take advantage of, a refund right now.
The new child tax credit has yet to be voted on by Congress. If it passes, the IRS will automatically issue the difference to those who have already filed. If the increase does not go through, the child tax credit will remain the same. Temperatures in the state line hit the 40-degree mark.
After the break, Candace will tell us if the trend will continue and when we may see some more sunshine.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
We didn't see as much sunshine today. Actually, didn't really see much sunshine today as what we had yesterday, but we will eventually start to see a little more sun towards the latter half of the week as temperatures continue to stay in the 40s. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera here over Freeport at the Park Hills Golf Course, kind of looking to the north and northwest. Our Rockford Career College camera. We've got plenty of cloud cover, but at least we're not dealing with the fog like what we have had the last several days. In fact, even at this time yesterday, there were some areas that were still pretty thick in the fog, so we've gotten rid of that, at least in the short term. I do think some fog will kind of build back in once we get into tonight and then going into very early tomorrow. Maybe not quite as dense as what it has been the last several days, but still some fog kind of forming underneath some of these clouds. Now, these are low stratus clouds, so it does take some time before we start to see those kind of work out. So I think tomorrow morning we're going to be dealing with a mostly cloudy sky, and depending on how fast we get rid of some of the cloud cover will determine just how warm we get for the afternoon. A sooner departure of some of the clouds means temperatures could make it into the mid-40s tomorrow. Slower departure, well, that means some of us are still stuck in the upper 30s for tomorrow. And you can kind of see the impact that some of that cloud cover has had here across the Midwest and the Great Lakes, keeping temperatures in the 30s and 40s. But there is some warmth to be had back out to our west and down to the southwest. And eventually we'll start to tap into some of that warmth, which will bring our temperatures back into the mid and upper 40s, even with a little cloud cover towards the middle here to end part of the week. We're at 38 in Rockford, 35 in Poplar Grove, Harvard, 37 right now in Rochelle, and 36 your temperature down in Dixon. Our weather watcher Terry down in Genoa also has 36 degrees, northwesterly wind at 12 miles per hour. So the wind has been a little on the blustery side, and we'll maintain that breeze here as we go through the night tonight. Notice we'll hold on to that northwest wind, cloud cover still with us. Temperatures are going to drop into the upper 20s, so I think we're right around 28, 29 degrees here for the night, despite some of the cloud cover that we'll still have out there because there is a little cooler air kind of working in. Winds will actually turn to the southwest tomorrow. Notice by tomorrow afternoon, Futurecast clears out majority of that cloud cover. And where we see the clouds clear out, that's where temperatures are in the 40s. Where the clouds are still around, that's where those numbers are in the 30s. So going with a high of around 41, just know if we keep with that cloud cover a little longer tomorrow afternoon, well, then we're stuck in the 30s, but it's still above average. Winds will turn from the southwest, so stay from the southwest throughout the day on Wednesday going into Thursday, but there's a backdoor cold front. This just means our winds turn from the northeast. There's not a lot of moisture with this, but just enough to generate more cloud cover on Thursday. So with that, we bring back cloud cover again, partly to mostly cloudy skies Thursday afternoon. Temperatures are still in the 40s during that time. I think by Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll see a little more sunshine as we get closer towards the weekend. Now, what we've got going on in the jet stream here this week, a blocking pattern. So that means the jet stream gets kind of backed up. So we've got really strong winds that'll be working in across the southwest portion of the U.S. and then down through Mexico later this week. What that does is it allows a ridge of high pressure to build over the Great Lakes, the Midwest, and the plains, this blocking high pressure system. So that's where that warmth comes in, and that blocking pattern sticks with us through the weekend and early next week. So it leaves us fairly dry as far as precipitation chances are concerned. Now getting into February, average high should be right around 30 degrees for the start of the month. By the end of the month, we're close to 40. Notice we're already in those 40s here as we look through the end of the week, and again, staying mostly dry as we welcome in the first few days of February.
And pushing 50 for the weekend. That looks great. Thanks, Candace.
Scott's in next with sports. The Ice Hogs will try to end a 3-game losing streak tonight. Scott will fill us in on their opponent.
And Scott says the Chicago Bears' latest coaching hire should be welcome news to DJ Moore.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The Ice Hogs will try to end their 3-game losing streak this evening at the BMO Center. They'll host the Manitoba Moose. It was the Moose who handed the Ice Hogs their last loss last Saturday night. 5-3 was the final score. The Ice Hogs got off only 18 shots on goal in that game. They also came up empty on all 3 of their power play opportunities. Here's what the guys need to do better tonight.
Puck management, for sure. I think we just got to be more mindful of where we are on the ice in terms of that. Hanging on to pucks, which is part of puck management, and making sure that our reaction to turnovers or change of possession is really quick.
This is the second game of a 9-game homestand for the Hogs. They do have their All-Star break in the middle of it next week. Well, the Bulls will be in action tonight. They will host the Raptors. The Raptors threw in the towel on this season recently when they traded Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby. They've lost 9 of their last 10 games. Locally, there's yet another huge boys basketball game tonight involving the Byron Tigers. They'll host the Dixon Dukes. The Dukes are 4-0 in the Big Northern Conference. The Tigers are 5-0. Overall, the Tigers are 19-0. The Bears have filled another opening on their coaching staff. Chris Beatty will become their new receivers coach. He was the Chargers receivers coach the last 3 seasons. DJ Moore should like this hire. Beatty was Moore's receivers coach in college at Maryland. The Detroit Lions are keeping their offensive coordinator. Ben Johnson has taken himself out of the running for head coaching jobs with the Commanders and the Seahawks. With Johnson calling the shots in Detroit, the Lions finished 3rd in the league in yards this season and 5th in the league in points scored. The Packers have a Pro Bowl player after all. Defensive tackle Kenny Clark has been picked to go to the Pro Bowl games this week as a replacement for 49ers defensive tackle Javon Hargrave. This is Clark's 3rd time making the Pro Bowl. That's sports. We'll be right back.
A few areas saw a little bit of sunshine yesterday, but other than that, it's been clouds for seems like just weeks.
It's been at least.
And yesterday was quite a nice mood booster, wasn't it? Even for that short period of time that we had a lot of sunshine.
It gets you going a little bit. I mean, you really do need the sunshine, and we've been in a stretch where it's just been so cloudy and foggy. And today we were right back in the cloud cover. At least we didn't have some fog out there today, but I think we see a little out there tonight. 41 for tomorrow afternoon. Now we do keep some cloud cover around going into the weekend, but there will be a little more sunshine kind of each and every day, I think, as we get closer to the weekend. But those temperatures back up close to 50. Average high should be 30, where we really feel that difference. Overnight lows in the 30s too.
Pretty nice. Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.